Good afternoon. Welcome to Options Center. We're going to take a look at Tesla and kind of give an update. It appeared as if it was breaking out on lower time frames, but we have a monthly candle that we really have to respect, and it seems as if it's getting a rejection now. So we're going to take a look at this and see what has changed. And instead of necessarily looking at this as a follow-through triangle, I'm also going to give a secondary scenario that maybe this is a 1-2 setup here. So this is a members only video. So thanks for the support. Here we go. We have Tesla. We're looking for ultimately this trend line to test. And in order for that to happen, I do believe that Tesla is going to have an ABC correction, and the market's going to follow to the downside with it in a recessionary type move, as a matter of fact. So before I pull up the Elliott wave, just a simple A, however we want to count this B, a rejection down, breakdown of this triangle. We're going to leave the triangle on here on the higher time frame, but the lower time frame, we're going to clean that up a little bit and look at it in a different way. So, and then a breakdown from the triangle. It's an A, B, and a C correction. So really we're just looking at, is this a B triangle or is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move down for an ABC? Not really important how you decipher those, but again, when you do this, it gives you a visual of what you want the outcome to be, and sort of help you work things out, especially when you get towards the end of a move. If this is a 1, 2, then we expect a 3 and a 4 and a 5 headed down to that trend line. Let's go over to the weekly time frame. I wanted to get this video out yesterday, but I just couldn't find the time, so we're doing it today. All right, on the weekly time frame, here's the Elliott wave look. We caught the low here, and in the 4-4, we're looking for something to happen. And I have more of these time ratios to deal with here, but something we're looking out in November after the election. So we'll see if that's some sort of low at some point in time. And let's look at the traditional technical analysis. Now, we were looking at this as a kind of a flag type play, so you could still leave it there just like that and say, oh, we poke through on the weekly time frame, and now we're rejecting, getting that big doji candle. And that's very similar to what I'm expecting to happen on the higher time frames with SPY and QQQ, as they were causing a throw over on the wedges and such. So nice big rejection. Like I said, you can leave this here, you can clear up this board, and now I'm kind of looking at this more as just, instead of a flag type action, just a rejection off a downtrend line. That's just, it keeps a reminder to me. Now I have the very tops of all these, and we're back below that trend line. So this would be a fake break. I'm already out of Tesla. We had a very big move to the downside and a great play, but I can't be greedy. I'm going to look for some sort of retracement. This should be the first impulse move to the downside. Perhaps it goes lower and gets some sort of retracement, maybe even to backtest this trend line here, and we'll look to get back in. But that was a kind of a knife catch sort of play, because we didn't know if Tesla was going to go higher from there. But I'll show you what the setup was, and we'll go down to the daily time frame for that. So here's our triangle at this point, and we break down from here. Then I think the next point would be that trend line down there. So let's go to the daily time frame, and then we'll check out the setup here. And the setup can simply be that downtrend line as well on the traditional technical analysis here. back below it. Just catch all the tops here. And you see price action is below so far, but we're just testing the 8 EMA. And I also hedged on the Qs to the upside because we're testing the 8 EMA as well. So this very well could wick right back over it. And then we still have another day for the weekly candle tomorrow. So that's what you got to be careful. This is super volatile. Great move here. Wiped out 1, 2, 3, 4 days of upside. So nice play here. And looking at the reversal setup, these last 2 days gave us negative divergence here. We're getting the sell signal as well. Awesome oscillator. Still very strong. Maybe we get price. It doesn't need to have a divergence, but if you see just like this, divergence plays out on the oscillator as well. So, this very well could come back up here. Maybe eke out a new high and wick up there. So that's what I'm worried about with the market is because the triple Qs, and I'll show you on the market update in just a few minutes after this video. I'll put that out. And the Qs were less than $1 from their target. SPY hit the major target I was looking for, and IWM is working its way up as we speak. But if this decides to pull back up, grab one more high, we might get a negative divergence here as well. DMARC, we got a 9 sell signal here. Clearly went up just a little bit higher, and now that signal is starting to play out. Just things to look at. And it's hard to see here, but we have our standard deviation move from the point of control. And so that's a huge spot for volume. That's a standard deviation and getting rejection right off of it. And so there's a confluence here. If we go to our fib Elliott wave page, our bearish look, now I did a couple things here. This is our original triangle. That's what I'm going to take off and now focus more. If this is a triangle inside here as a B wave, and this is its a separate move as an A, and now we're getting a triangle as B, then we have price action that's going to work a triangle out a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just drawing the top of this triangle as is. Can move it up just a little bit there. Now, the only difference of what possibly might happen is price action breaks down below this triangle. It continues. Okay, and especially if you break these lows here from the possible B wave. So right now, if we're counting this as a triangle, we have an A. We completed B, and now we're completing C back into the 786 retracement from this top to bottom, which is very typical of a triangle to go so deep of a retracement. But this can also be counted as an initial move for an A, B to be completed, and now, and I have a problem with this, would be a 3-wave move here, and for a 1, and then a 2, so this could be an ending diagonal to the downside. I think this is a clear 3-wave move, so that would be a 1, a 2, and you get a wave 3, but wave 4 could possibly cross back over wave 1 if price action continues to the downside and does not go sideways more. Okay, so right now we have our A complete, B, C, and we're looking for a D and an E if price holds the lows. If it breaks the lows, then we're looking at this as a 1, 2, and then we'll get a 3, and this would be an ending diagonal, so that all waves should be made of 3 waves to the downside. Okay, hope that makes sense. Man, this thing's just continuing lower. What a big move. So that's basically all. I can end off here with a 65-minute chart. Huge move. Got to the options expected move. And it's very unusual when you get both ends of the options expected move. So I don't know if we'll reach that point here, especially with the 8 EMA on the daily time frame being there. So this might be a good time for price to start to consolidate a bit. It may continue. I don't know that, but here's the downtrend line where it had a big wick off of that, and it clearly was a fake out, and now we're back underneath it here. So we'll watch to see how price action happens, but if we get a retracement, that's when I'll jump back in for another short onto Tesla. All right, and I think there was time factors as well. Oh, yeah, so this worked out perfect too. This was another clue that we were getting a top here. We have our initial move here for an A. We had the B, and then from that move, we have a 162 extension up here where price rejected off of. So that, is typical for a 1, 2, 3 or an ABC to complete. It worked out perfect. And into some time factors as well with 7, 10 here and into 12. So that's what we got here, you guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next video.